Milan is a Dubai-based fashion designer who launched her first collection in 2014. She's already staged fashion shows in Dubai as well as abroad though. This is my chat with Julia. Hi Julia, welcome to the show.
Hi Gabriela, thanks for having me here.
And first of all, congratulations to your latest collection, Nomad Heart collection that you just launched in Dubai.
Yes, right, thank you very much. It was really amazing. I was very excited and everything well perfect. So I'm looking forward to bring this collection to Dubai, to the shops, and I hope people will like it.
And we're wearing this collection,
yes,
in fact, right? It's beautiful. I love the details and the embroidery. But before we talk more about your designs and your lifestyle, I want to ask about your past, your childhood. Have you always been into fashion and into designing?
I mean, it wasn't that clear at that time. I used to be very creative and I like to do arty things. Like you would always find me, doing some small bracelet or painting or just like trying to look. I was very rebellious, so always I wanted to look different than other kids. So I was like cutting jeans, putting some paints on it or like just creating something. So it had this already, I was connected with the fashion, but it was just for me to, to enjoy wearing something else. So yeah, definitely there was something from childhood that was leading me to be maybe in the future fashion designer, but it wasn't clear, but yes.
But you were definitely creative. I think that was already clear back then, probably. Yeah. So what were like the biggest fashion trends back then when you were a kid or a teenager?
Actually, that's funny because just like a few days ago, my mom, she sent me a picture of me like when I was around 14 and I was like laughing so bad what I was wearing. So it was like actually as well yellow. It was like a yellow A-line skirt and yellow socks, and I was like looking, it's like, oh my God.
You're very trendy and fashionable now, but is there one memory of back then where you were like, oh, this is the worst fashion mistake I've ever done?
I don't know actually, because each time like when I wear something weird and I went, for example, to the school, people are always looking at me like, oh my God, what she's wearing. But I was so confident and I was like, I like it and I don't care. So even if it was a mistake, I didn't care, to be honest, because I was always experimenting and putting together different colors, and different patterns and all of this.
So you kind of reached the fashion world via a bit of a detour. You actually studied arts, right?
Yes, exactly.
So how did studying arts kind of lead you to fashion?
So I would say like when I studied already the art, and it was like all the historical art, I met with different kind of subjects in art, because my subject was theatrical makeup and for the movies as well. So in that case, we were always touching the history also for the costumes, like which age, what they were wearing with it, like there was some accessories on the head and then what they wear. So I was always interested, like, oh wow, this is cool. But in that point, it wasn't the subject that I wanted to learn. For me, I wanted to be makeup artist, knew everything what I can know about it, learning that's it. And then I started to think, I started to think how they do it. But it was for me everything it sounds to me that I'm gonna do some costume design even impossible, because I didn't have any clue, even no idea how they even do, some headpiece or something. But then when I arrived to Dubai, everything changed.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk about that actually, because you moved here 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And you used to be a wardrobe designer for The Act.
Yeah, I still work there.
And that's a theater club, basically, right?
Yeah.
So the clothes are very extravagant and beautiful.
Yes, exactly.
So how did that lead to you becoming a fashion designer?
Yeah, so when I arrived to Dubai, I was doing a couple different jobs, but then one of my friends, she came here as well, and she started to work in one club as a dancer. And they were telling her, oh, we need some costumes for the dancers. And she told me, I'm like, oh my God, this is a chance. I was like, this is a chance. And before I was working with one girl that she was already a costume designer here in Dubai. So she showed me some of the places where I can get the fabrics, and I was like, for a few months, maybe 2 months, I was going with her. I was like her assistant.
Dubai is the perfect place for fabrics, right?
Exactly.
So much to choose from.
And so she showed me some things, and I was like, okay, I never done it, but maybe like I can try. So I told to this my other girlfriend, like, so just tell them I'm gonna do it.
And so what is also really unique about your collection is that you produce it in Dubai. It gets manufactured here.
Yes, exactly.
How did that come about?
Basically because I started to produce here, and I get really good relationship with the tailors here, and I just keep continue, you know. I mean, maybe in the future when I'm gonna produce much more, I'm gonna try to do it somewhere else. But for now, I think I'm satisfied with them work, and it's easier for me because everything I have it here, you know.
Can you tell us more about the 4-4 dress?
Yes, so that was launched last year for the birthday of 44 National Day of UAE. And I created this dress to actually thanks, you know, UAE for opportunities that gave me to be here and create and all of this, and it had really big success. It went through a lot of news. It was only a few pieces limited, and it went really like crazy, so it was really good.
So Julia, you moved here about 4 years ago, right?
Yes.
A lot of people who move here, they have this issue, and it's called Dubai Stone. It's when you gain a bit of weight because of all the amazing restaurants here and going out all the time and just enjoying. Did you have a similar issue?
Yeah, definitely big time. Yeah, I would say in first like 3 months I put like, what is like 7 kilos.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, a lot of dinners in the best restaurants make this.
And there's so many here.
Yeah, of course. And yeah, but at the end of the day, you know, it's about the healthy lifestyle. Even if you put on the weight, you can still regulate by going to the gym or start to eat a bit more healthy and correct, then you get back to what you used to be if you want, you know. So
yeah, as long as it's just a phase.
Yeah.
And in fact, you are a vegetarian, right?
Yes. But I haven't been a vegetarian for like all my life. I became vegetarian around, I would say maybe it's already 3 years, 2.5, 3 years. And I have to say it was like one of the best decisions I ever made because it really changed my life.
Healthy eating habits like yours are usually best combined with, you know, working out as well and going to the gym. Do you have any sort of fitness regime?
I'm trying to, as much as possible. I mean, I'm like on and off with this because I have so much work all the time during the day and all of this. So sometimes if I can't manage, I have this like 1-2 weeks that I'm really like every day in the gym, you know, and I do so many different activities, and then for like 2 weeks I'm not doing anything. But like I'm on and off, and I think at the end it's kind of regular because it gets to the system. Like I know, oh my God, I didn't go for 2 weeks or 1 week, I have to go again, you know.
And you balance it out.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's your favorite though, the gym, or do you like group classes?
I think I like to combine. I don't have like really favorite because sometimes I just feel like I just really want to like do some weights, like really work out.
Yeah.
And another time I just want to do yoga. I love to do like on the beach or something like that. And sometimes even those like group, I used to go for the box. Like the boxing classes are really good when you just want to even get like the anger out or something.
It's true.
Yeah, really good, really de-stress. So yeah, it depends on the mood. Like sometimes if I feel more tired, I just go for yoga. When I feel like I really need to do something active, I do like the boxing, or I just go to the gym, I run. So depends on the mood.
Having lived in different countries and now having been in Dubai for 4 years, being a designer, what would you say are some of your biggest lessons learned?
I would say to just keep going, you know, because sometimes you can feel like you are a bit stuck, like things are not moving in the way you want, because everything needs time, you know. And I believe, I mean, if you really do, if you work just for money, you work just for money. And maybe sometimes you can make more money. But if you do something that you really love and you follow your passion, you know, you just need to like wait and just go for it and just don't stop, because that's the most important. So for me, that the lesson from Dubai, and I think I still like learning that, it's to be patient and just like to keep going and don't stop. And I would say that for any like starting designer to not give up if something doesn't go in a way, like you do the collection, the first collection, and you think, oh, you did the first collection, now everyone is gonna go crazy from you or something like that. It's not, it can happen, but you need to wait maybe for the right moment, you know, create more, be patient, and just like do as much you can, and for sure, if you are passionate about your work, the result will come.
Thanks so much, Julia, for joining us today. I really enjoyed your company.
Thank you as well. It was an amazing time.